Good afternoon. In this module, we've been talking about various approaches to differentiated instruction. In this presentation, I'd like to look closer at how this can be accomplished in the classroom. First, a short video about personalized learning.
What do you picture when you hear the word school? Is it this? Each day, teachers work to instruct classrooms filled with students, each with their own interests, academic level, and way they learn. Imagine trying to teach a class of 30 students how to add fractions. By the end of the lesson, half the class might get it, half might not. So what should happen the next day? The teacher can reteach the lesson, leaving those who got it bored, restless, or disruptive. Or the teacher can teach a new lesson, letting the kids who didn't get it fall further and further behind, until they are discouraged or frustrated. We need alternative methods. We need to give students a more individualized curriculum and ensure that students get what they need, when they need it, how they need it. If we're serious about trying to meet the needs of every child, we need to view traditional teacher-led class instruction as just one way kids learn. There are other options. Students can also learn in small groups from each other, or with videos, games, or practice problems on their laptop, or with online instructors, or even by themselves with books, activities, or software. These are just a few ways students can receive instruction. We call them modalities. By joining different modalities into one learning environment, where students, teachers, and resources from multiple classrooms can be combined into one open space, we move from a model that looks like this to a model that looks more like this, where students get instruction at their own academic level in the format most likely to be successful for them. For example, this teacher is helping a group with triangles, while this student is working on algebra with his online tutor. This is just one model New Classrooms is developing to reimagine the classroom to meet the needs of every student.
Kathy McClaskey and Barbara Bray talk a lot about personalized learning, differentiated instruction, and individualization. Let's just take a few minutes to look at some similarities and differences. Individualized learning is similar to personalized learning in that both are centered around the learner. But while personalized learning connects with the learner's interest, individualized instruction focuses more on their learning needs, as does differentiated instruction. Differentiated instruction and individualized learning both focus on learning objectives and provide explicit instruction to meet those objectives. However, differentiated instruction targets a group of learners, while individualization focuses on a single learner. Prodigy Math is a tool that is frequently used to differentiate instruction, as it is a diagnostic learning tool which allows students to work sequentially through a chapter at their own pace. Individualization would prefer to assign particular segments to students as they need them. There are 4 basic ways to differentiate instruction: by content, process, product, or learning environment. News ELA is a good example of differentiating by content. News ELA is a tool that offers articles of different reading abilities to students who can participate together in a discussion without the stigma of being identified as a low-level reader. The teacher chooses which level to assign to the students. When you enter a classroom that is differentiating by process, you might find some students working with the teacher, some working independently at their tables, and others working on academic software like Prodigy at the computer. Teachers who differentiate by product allow students to create different assignments for the same topic based on the teacher's understanding of what best fits the student's learning needs. When differentiating by learning environment, Students who need to work in a quiet space can find a spot apart from the rest of the class, while others can spread out or work quietly at a desk. Personalized learning, on the other hand, allows learners to participate in defining their learning style. Students have the option for choice, voice, and agency. Student voice finds students constructing their learning rather than being passive recipients of instruction. Following the continuum of choice, the teacher presents options and the student chooses the assignment or format that they think best suits their learning style. The continuum of agency or engagement finds learning strategies that appeal to student interests or provide a collaborative learning experience. Thank you for joining me this afternoon. I hope you have enjoyed this presentation. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me.